We got freedom to gain, we feed them the game. Turn on new freedom exchange, we freeing your brain. They tryna shackle your mind, no half of us blind. Remember the past, but never go backwards in time. The ancestors lived through us, they help us build a model community. New Africa is soon to be. So tune in to Sister Marsha, Mujahideen, Iman Bilal to get your cultural enlightenment now.
Welcome back to another edition of New Freedom Exchange, your cultural expression for social dignity and community empowerment. I'm your co-host, Mujahideen, here with...
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Marsha off of mute.
Welcome back, sister.
Hey, it's Saturday. How you doing today?
Doing good. Our dear beloved Bilal, Iman Bilal is out in the field, so he won't be with us this evening. He did? I don't know. He might have gave y'all the salams, but I'm gonna give it for y'all just in case if he did. How was your day today?
My day was jam-packed today, okay? But it was a beautiful day. So I'm a part of everything because that's what I do. And I started off this morning with a meeting with the Clarence Muhammad Schools Network board. So we are laying down the structure for the network and getting our bylaws all in place and moving on to working on our policies and procedures. So there's some really, really good work coming to light for the Clarence Muhammad Schools Network, and it's exciting to see and it's exciting to be a part of, and it's just exciting to know that something that is so needed in the community is really coming together in the way that it's coming together. And then transition to an event at Masjid Muhammad Noor. We had a domestic violence workshop, which was so very good. And the conversation is a much needed conversation in our community. Our presenter, she did a really good job in connecting the Quran to and our, what we believe as Muslims and how the Quran is laid out and what we should and should not be accepting in terms of the way that people treat us. And I think that conversations like that need to continue to be presented in the community. I think sometimes, a lot of times even, that there's a disconnect between what we say we believe and how we live our lives. And I think if we bring those things into agreement, then we'll have less issues. So inshallah, that'll be our realities as we go forward with our lives. But I thought that it was a really, really good presentation. I'm looking forward to more presentations about domestic violence. In fact, we're planning one. This one today really incorporated this. It was it was all sisters actually. But the next one we're planning to incorporate the brothers. One of the things that Imam Hassan Sharif said is that, it's important for each of the genders to get to know how we experience each other, right? And what those experiences are in terms of, how you're treated and how well or, not well that you're treated, but to really get perspective so that we can solve some of the issues that we have. And the misnomer that this stuff doesn't happen to Muslims, you know what I'm saying? It's if it's happening in the general public, it's happening in some Muslim relationships and families and homes, and we have solutions to this stuff, and it's in the Quran and it's in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, which we say is the Sunnah, right? So if we put that stuff into practice, then we'll most likely come out with a better experience.
Yeah, sure. So you're saying,
what did you do today? Because I'll go on and on with all of this.
Yeah. I was gonna make a little joke, but it probably is not funny because it is a serious matter. It's not what I say. The brother, she can't throw the Quran at the sister. Can't throw the Quran at you. Can't throw the Quran.
Don't be throwing no Qurans.
Yeah,
Quran. It ain't right.
Facts. But now we had a good day as well. I was driving basically all day. What I do, but I mean, we did have a good discussion for Fajr. I was able to come to the masjid for Fajr, and the brothers did. We had a nice discussion afterwards. So look forward to producing a podcast off of that. You know, every time we do something with somebody, something come out of something. So back to basics. I'm gonna just drop that like that. Back to basics.
I love it.
Yeah. So with no further ado, I got one announcement. Tomorrow I will be in Philadelphia for all my PA people in the area. We have a unsung heroes breakfast. I was asked to host there. So it's an honor again to be the host there. So that's in the morning. We'll do a flyer show at the end of the broadcast. But with no further ado, we have the young and dynamic crew up and coming, young generation, Muslim Culture Con. And they're going to share with us their collaboration with the Muslim Journal, A Time to Be Grateful. So with no further ado, we'd like to bring on Sister Jada, Brother Zaid, and Sister Aisha. Welcome, welcome.
Always good to see you. Always good to have you in the space and to collab with the Muslim Culture Con and see what y'all got going on. You know, my energy is always on this other level. So y'all just gonna have to come up here with me.
Yes. True. I love how you said dynamic. I was okay, hold on.
Like, yes. So tell us. So I want to kind of go back to sort of the basics, right? Dean just threw that out there in terms of the podcast that's coming to life. But I want to go back to the basics just for a second, right? So for those viewers that we have who haven't seen you before, I want you to tell them about Muslim Culture Con, right? I want us to reintroduce Muslim Culture Con. Tell us all about what Muslim Culture Con is.
Yes. Okay. So first, alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum. I am the chair of Muslim Culture Con, the developing organization. I don't want to go into too deep because I might start rambling, but alhamdulillah, I want to just stay off the mission first. Muslim Culture Con, we strive to prepare our young adult Muslims for both individual and collective success by providing the space and life skills necessary to responsibly establish community. We support and strengthen and celebrate our inherited legacy through the continued cultivation of our Islamic culture as young adults supporting Imam Muhammad's vision for the model Muslim American community life. And so, alhamdulillah, our organization is it's a collective of us Muslim young adults on a national standpoint that are second generations of Imam Muhammad's community. And we have gathered together to formalize this organization, this platform for Muslim young adults on a national standpoint, to create a space and an environment for us to come together, to network, to build our own personal development in life and in Islam, and to build on our local communities as well. So alhamdulillah, I'm truly excited of what we've established so far and what we continue to establish. And alhamdulillah, I am looking forward to what we have to bring in the future. And I got my partners online with me so they can go ahead and give the spiel as well.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Zaid Hamid. I'm the programming chair for Muslim Culture Con, and everything else Jada said.
I love it.
Look, alhamdulillah.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha Rashid, and I am the volunteer coordinator. And yes, Jada basically covered everything. I am also really excited about our upcoming event, inshallah.
Great. And I love that, like, there's this initiative to engage the young adult population in our community. Now, you know that we always be back and forth about what was young adult. Yes. You knew what it was. You knew what was coming.
Let me just change the mission statement to the
that always come up, like, I'm 65. Am I a young adult?
I got that question this week, actually.
So, like, also, okay. So, like, what's the range, right? What's the safe range that you all sort of have in mind about young adult?
So the safe range is definitely from 18 to 37.
Okay.
And we start with 18 because you're coming out of high school and you're going into college, or whatever you're going into in your life. And so in those moments, you're finding your purpose, your identity, and you're kind of looking for that sense of community life. And so that's like the stage of like the young adult, because you building yourself up.
There was a pioneer who advised us on young adults, according to the language of Imam Muhammad's, was the age group of being independent and not immediately under the direct care of your parents. So you're finding that with like the age range Jada's describing, some of us still with our parents in the 30s, ain't no problem with that. But also it's showing the age of responsibility for yourself. You're coming into the earlier stages of that versus, straight up adult. I'm not there yet. I'm married, but I'm not, I ain't got no kids. So it's that transition point. Can you be a young adult and have children and have responsibilities? Yes, but you're still in that, I don't know, I was about to call it like the battleground stages of youth. Think about the ages of Malcolm X in their most activity, Martin Luther King in their most activity, Muhammad Ali. You're looking at 30-year-olds, right? Late 20s, 30s and stuff like that. So it's consistent with that young adult range. Is the more active when it comes with pushing causes in the community, and actually taking on the work from the previous generation.
Yeah.
So you might still be home with your mama, but you could buy your own Happy Meal.
Look,
yes.
Of the life. But no, yeah, of course, like understanding your responsibility, at that time, and so that is our target.
Okay. And I think it's great. I think it's great because I do feel like that range, especially starting at the 18, is when you get into your independence, I feel like it could be more challenging to hold on to your Islam, right? Because now nobody's making you do anything, right? You don't have to necessarily do it because Umi and Abu said, or they, dragging you somewhere. Like it's really on you. And so I think that that's a great age to start to provide like resources to stay connected,
right?
And really, make Islam real for your independent self, separate from your connectedness to your family.
Absolutely.
So, in connection to that target group that you all are trying to get activated, you guys are partnering with a 60 plus organization, the Muslim Journal, in the Time to Be Grateful. So, how did that come about, and what are you looking forward to achieving when you guys come for that weekend?
Well, first, I would just like to shout out to Muslim Journal and the Time to Be Grateful committee and Masjid Muhammad, alhamdulillah, because, it's so important that, when we're doing this work, that, we have the collaboration and the support, from our community. And so when we reached out to Muslim Journal and, Masjid Muhammad, because that's where it's being held in Washington, D.C., we were just telling them that, we're a developing organization and, we're just trying to we'll create a space, for our first in-person event for Muslim young adults. And also we wanted to give more presence to Muslim young adults attending the Muslim Journal conference. And so when we reached out to them, they, alhamdulillah, they gave us the opportunity to partner with them and being able to put on programming for Muslim, for the young adults with the conference. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, there was a desire for having more young adult participation with the Muslim Journal, not just as far as being subscribers and users of the newspaper service, but actually participating in the conference as well. So instead of having their planning committee and the Masjid Muhammad planning committee, which is, some of our OGs, right? They wanted to allow the young adult workshops and activities to be actually planned by young adults. And it was their intention. We were in communication with them. Jada has a lot of connection with them, but they reached back out to us and were definitely interested in us curating the young adult workshops for that weekend. So that was really cool for them really trusting us with that process. And then they allowed us to be on their planning committee meetings weekly. I've been on the planning committee meetings weekly with them since about probably late summer, August, September. And being able to be there, learn how they've been organizing, they're able to hear how we're organizing. And then at the end of the day, it's a gentle handing over of the torch, but by no means are we taking the reins of the whole conference, but it's giving us experience and allowing us to create some pretty cool workshops and networking engagements for that weekend.
Yeah. And just to add to that, I know all of us are really excited, partnering with such a large, well-known organization is also going to give us more exposure, going to bring more young adults to us, give us a lot more like I won't say advertising, but getting more members to come join us. So we're really excited about it. I know I'm excited to not only meet my team, but all the other people that are going to be around. So inshallah, it's going to be a great time.
So I think it's awesome that the Muslim Journal and Muslim Culture Con are partnering in that way, because I think it's just smart that if you have an organization that is already addressing this niche of the community, that they be the ones to answer the call for that population. That way, the people who are planning the larger event don't have to be concerned with how do we connect. You all are already connected. But I also wanted to talk about the fact that this is the first time that you all will be in the same space together, which is super exciting, right?
It is.
Yeah, because I when people see different groups in the community, and right now, we do a lot of things virtually, right? So they just assume that y'all are all chilling and kicking it in the same space all the time. And it's not, some of you all are in different places. Where are you all?
Oh, okay. So Atlanta, Georgia, Texas, definitely. And let me not forget places. South Florida, yep.
Okay. New York, no?
We had.
Yeah, we
okay.
Alhamdulillah. Georgia, Texas, and Florida showing out right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And that's another thing. That's why I'm super excited too, that it's up north, because now we get to reach out to, the young adults in the north area, like New York, Washington D.C, Maryland, all those areas, in Virginia. So we're super excited that it's in that location, because now it's going to give us, a better range.
Right. And I know it's 40 other states that we haven't mentioned that's on the other side of the country. Trust me, this is not just the East Coast thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just more of our active young adult communities are in this region.
Yeah.
And the idea about it is, for Muslim Culture Con, for me, that's really significant. What we're working on is you have these pockets of young adults that are active, Black young adults that are active in that community, etc. But those pockets being willing to take that step to ensure that activity is extended beyond just leisure, but it's also, based in the form of Islamic knowledge. Is what we're trying to really insinuate by building these environments where we can come together. And when we go back home after conferences like this, after engagement, so for us, for example, us that's on the planning committee, we haven't been able to be in the shared space together. Why? Because the young adults that are actually like us, working on programs like this, like y'all young too. Come on, we here. Programs that are bringing young adult Muslims together, for the sake of Islam. That's something you're not going to find as heavy in even the densely populated areas. And with that, we're knowing that's what's necessary to really see us moving forward in the right light. That's the way I'm kind of going to say it. So it's kind of taking that initiative to say it's more than just getting together and watching movies and playing games. It's actually understanding why we do what we do as young Muslims, period. And then and being sure that that's what's carrying us forward, not just, the culture, right? it's Muslim culture.
Mhm.
Not just
And I'm glad you said that, because when you all made your introduction to the world, right? I thought it was so great that you all really like took that opportunity, not just to make it like a we kick it type of thing, but you all really talked about like various aspects of Islam, and it was really like a Islamic education young adult type of thing, and I thought that was pretty cool, and it's important, right? So you know, we if you're Muslim, right, you know that you're Muslim, but you may not necessarily be applying all the principles and practices, and you may not even know some of them, right? And so I like that your approach is, we want to kick it, but we also want to be about what we about too.
Right.
Exactly.
And I get that. I definitely get that from y'all. So I'm glad that Zay made that point, because it will help with the engagement. I'm sure that there are some young Muslims out there whose communities are not necessarily strong communities in terms of how much activity is happening in those parts of the country, and to know that they could connect with a Muslim culture con is like, golden for them. I know some of us who are in areas, blessed to be in areas that are have so much engagement and there's so many things happening. I think sometimes we take for granted that there are other Muslims in other parts of the country for which there's not a bunch of activity going on. And so even in our active parts of the country, we're like, there's not a lot of young people, but it's like, it is in comparison to someone who doesn't even have that much, right?
Right.
But I wanted to move on to like, as much as y'all can leak, right? Because y'all can't tell me everything. I know y'all gotta keep stuff missing, right? But like, what in terms of when you talk about workshops and a time to be grateful, like what can people expect? I know y'all ain't gonna give me all the juice, but give me as much juice as you can give me.
We can give you the juice. We give you the juice. So for the weekend, for Friday and Saturday, inshallah, we have 3 events, 3 programs that are happening. The first program is Friday, inshallah, from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And we're going to be having Muslim culture conversations. And a part of that event, we want to, kind of create the ambience of like a conversational lounge area for, Muslim culture con. And so it's going to be a space for us to come together and network and connect, and also like play games, and then also like learn more about Muslim culture con. So that's happening Friday. And then in the evening, we're going to have a late night cipher, really trying to bring emphasis to that, because alhamdulillah, I'm excited on that one. But
with a cash prize.
Yes, cash prize.
Hold on, y'all rapping? Y'all rapping?
You have to say, what is that?
I mean, you gotta sign up.
I'm out of y'all range, but I definitely will send. I definitely will send my young protege through. Okay.
So yes, alhamdulillah, I'm excited for that. The late night cipher. We're hosting a freestyle cipher, and we're calling on all the artists for a chance to take the stage to win a cash prize. So we're looking for performers to sign up, inshallah. That's from 10:30 p.m. until. And then Saturday is kind of like our main focus for the workshop. And we're going to be having what's going to be called Muslim Culture Connections Roundtable. And that's going to be a more intimate type session where we're inviting our participants to engage in a dialogue during the breakout sessions and have interactive activities. But I'm going to let the program director go in a little more on that one, because I'm looking forward to that as well.
So this will be the main workshop for the weekend. You got your networking, got your cipher.
Yeah.
But the educational component for us is really centered around problem solving and decision making in our communities. I've had the opportunity to be a part of Sure Board or a Majlis in our community, and the opportunity to work with other members of our community in Sure settings. And we have this bickering, this arguing, this petty differences that's really holding back the broader community and more specific local communities. And the idea of it is a lot of us don't know how to work together. You can take it all the way back to college group projects and people, how they work and interact with each other and et cetera. And Shura Bainahum is one of the core principles of Islam and how we work together and build our communities. So we're doing this decision-making / problem-solving workshop that's emphasized, very interactive. It's going to be breakout groups and then an interactive session. Whoever wants to participate, in the more open session will be able to participate. But it's not just sitting down being lectured. We're actually looking for the young adults to be able to share their individual skills. We're going to be coming through a list of curated issue areas that our community has, and our communities are focusing, that young adults that us on MCC work to compose. We're going to work on prioritizing these lists together, everyone that's in the workshop. And then, inshallah, individuals in their breakout groups can take their own individual skill sets and pick what they're more interested in or have the skills to be able to address. And we're going to be able to have conversations in those breakout groups and then wrap it up with a broader conversation to see where everyone will be able to participate and try to basically prioritize solutions versus these issue areas. And this information is an interactive workshop it's like a training for us to learn how to work together, come up and solve problems, but it's also helping us get more information directly from the young adults in the community so that when they go back home or when we go back home, as we continue to develop Muslim Culture Con, we know that we're working with information that came from a larger group of young adults and not just us.
Right, absolutely.
I think that's amazing. You know why? Because as you stated, we have these shura boards and majlis, and we experience the going through the process of trying to work together and running up against all these roadblocks and, people not, as you stated, being able to work well together and get to the point of real activity. And I think you all tackling this in the young adult population will just make it that much more smoother to work together in these groups in the coming future, right? You're sort of laying the groundwork for a new way of presenting shura, right? Being in shura, being on these boards, because as the community ages, the responsibilities will trickle down to the young adult population. And so if you all are able to conquer that trial that a lot of people have sort of been stuck in, then I think it just makes it so much more better for our community to thrive. So I'm excited about that. I'm a little bit out of y'all age range, but I might speak in y'all workshop.
We're going to also have it recorded too. So inshallah, for those, that won't be able to make it, we'll inshallah have it up on a YouTube channel, inshallah. But yes, I'm looking forward to it too, because even the part where we were talking about like our skills and talents, coming together and collaborating, on talking about the issues in our community and being able to act on that. I think that's a beautiful thing, and it's needed. It's needed in our communities to have more of those discussions.
And people get invigorated when they see progress, right? So when you're not able to work together and that progress gets impeded, then people are like, I don't feel like, and nobody doing that, like whatever. And it just never comes to life, whatever that great ideas, because I find in my experience that we come up with some awesome ideas, but when we come up against that roadblock, it's just like, whatever, I'm out. I ain't doing this. I done been doing this too long. We ain't getting nowhere. So, you all having that workshop and sort of conquering that and helping people to overcome it, right? Then you're really able to accomplish some things. And when people see progress, they're excited to become a part. And they're excited to do more, and they're excited to give more. So I think that's awesome. That's the workshop that you all will be presenting. So you'll be at a time to be grateful, Muslim Culture Con, with these workshops in Cypher. I can't rap y'all, but
I can't either.
Let me tell y'all something. My daughter, she's sweet. Shout out to the melanin hijabi. She's sweet.
Yeah, look, that cash prize.
Yeah, she like money. I'm gonna send it through.
Don't let Marsha fool y'all. She come from somewhere, so don't do that. But we do have a flyer here with all the information on here. Let me make sure you all can see it. The registration link is that at the bottom?
Yes. It's at the bottom of the flyer. Yep, there it go, right there.
All right, so we'll put that in the chat so people who watch it later, they can click right directly to the link, and they can get access to the tickets to the different events here.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And the thing I wanted to add too, as we're looking at the flyer, I wanted to add the prices are reasonable. So don't be acting like y'all ain't got no money to come to the.
And that's the thing. As far as what Muslim Journal really allowed us for this, what was really cool is there's a specific registration just for these activities. If a young adult or young adult, I was gonna say whoever. If a young adult 37,
say that whoever, I'm telling you. Somebody gonna come in your workshop in a wheelchair. Don't do that.
So, the young adult 18 to 37 wants to participate only in these activities. They'll also be able to. Will they be able to go to culture night?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Well, no. They're only going to be able to.
They can attend the other workshops.
Yeah, the workshops that's happening that Saturday. With the Time to Be Grateful.
It's
conference.
only $25 registration. Yeah. So if you're a young adult that's in DC, you can attend every workshop at the Time to Be Grateful and all the Muslim Culture Con activities for only $25.
Yes, New York, Philly, all of y'all. Y'all need to now 3-hour drive.
Right.
Yes. I'm driving from Jersey. So listen, young adults in this area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. We got matter of fact, listen, if I could say all the states right now, I would say all the states. But we need the young adults to come out. This is an opportunity for you to connect with your peers. This is an opportunity to get involved in the community in a real impactful way amongst, people in your age range who understand your experiences and who are connected to you from that standpoint. Come through and listen. And if it's definitely beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. And if you got bars,
come through, down here.
Act like she gonna be spending.
Look, I might.
She been practicing on the meetings.
I feel like you can do it. I feel like
somebody's so excited to be in the audience.
I'm weak. No, I'm just because you never see these things really happening in the community, and I've been conferences since I was like little, and we never really had no late night cipher. So I'm like really like excited and pumped up for the whole conference in itself. And the other thing that I really want to hone in on, because I know time, but you really develop lifelong relationships, sisterhood and brotherhood from these events. And it's just a beautiful thing. Like one of the sisters, y'all met Khadija Abdullah. Me and her met at a conference, Community Life Forward, a long time ago. I think that was like 2007. We were young, young people, but alhamdulillah, like we are able to still have that relationship, that beautiful sisterhood, and now we're working together on Muslim Culture Con. She's the vice chair, and so alhamdulillah, I'm truly grateful for these environments and for these to partake in our community. So alhamdulillah.
Yes, I second that.
I was going to say, Aisha, if you don't mind, I know you're the volunteer coordinator for Muslim Culture Con, but I know as a community organizer, it's very important to have a volunteer component to your events, to your community development. And so can you just drop a little bit of y'all secret sauce of the strategies of Muslim Culture Con having a volunteer coordinator, because it'll be beneficial to the other communities in our association as well.
Okay, yeah, sure. So we actually don't really need volunteers for this event, but inshallah, for our future events, we realized that we would need help outside of just ourselves. There's a lot of people that, they may not be able to dedicate time being on the actual board, but they may be able to dedicate time, okay, well, I can come to this event, I can help out with this. And actually having someone that's over that, having someone organize that, I think it's very much more powerful than just saying, okay, well, we're just going to show up and we're just going to have people show up and just do whatever. I also think that, that model, we got it from people who have done this before. So, I can't take all the credit for it because we have a lot of advisors. I know one of them is actually Jada's brother, who are actually helping us come up with those things. So inshallah, look out for our future events. We will be sending out volunteer links. I will be following up with y'all, whoever wants to volunteer, and it'll be a good time, inshallah.
Excellent.
It changes the paradigm for how we look at events in our community, right? I think, just having like that whole volunteer system and like, yeah, we're going to need people for this and we're going to need people for that, and having the community get used to accepting a volunteer opportunity and committing to that thing. It's different, right? Like you said, we just kind of show up in the space and somebody grabs something and does something, but I think it's so much more intentional doing it the way that you all have it set up. So kudos to y'all.
Excellent. At the bottom of the screen has been scrolling throughout the show. You see their contact, their Facebook page. You check them out at Muslim Culture Con. Also on Instagram, Muslim Culture Con. And then also send that Kizash Cash App. They got the Cash App $MCC 2023. That's $MCC 2023. I'm in 2033, already 100 years up. 2023. Don't mess that up. Let's do it one more time. $, because people don't be giving that cash back. So $, MCC 2023. And you also can email them for future volunteering opportunities, as well as other programming that they're going to, inshallah, plan in the future. That's muslimculturecon@gmail.com. It was a pleasure to have you all again on our platform. It's your platform as well, as we always state to you all. As long as Marsha said, as long as y'all want to do this, we're here for you all. So we appreciate you all coming on. Any closing remarks?
Just go register, spread the flyer, follow Muslim Culture Con on Facebook and on Instagram, and just share it amongst your peers, your family, your cousin, your aunties, and can't go down the list. But y'all get it. Y'all get the point.
I was going. Don't say we ain't tried now. Don't say y'all. Don't say. Yeah, ain't no young adults doing nothing in the community. I'm about to go.
That's right, Zay.
We are not playing. We using our time to put this together. Because we enjoy to do it, but I'm saying it for the young adults. I'm talking to me 3 years ago. All right.
Oh God.
Don't do it. Go to the conference. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna be spitting there.
Yes. Any last words, Aisha?
Like Jada said, if you know anybody that's in the age range, if you're in the age range, if you got somebody that knows somebody that's in it, just spread the word. Let them know, come out, and it's gonna, like Zayd said, it's gonna be a lot of fun, inshallah.
Yeah, I'm excited for y'all. I'm looking forward to whatever I can sneak into. And no, I think it's gonna be great. I think that your efforts are not in vain, and I wish y'all, I pray for y'all success. I do more than wish. I pray for y'all success, and y'all will continue to be in my du'as, and I'm gonna send my children to all your stuff. But yeah, no, I think it's amazing. I think you all are amazing. I love the effort. Just blessings upon blessings upon blessings on everything it is that y'all do, and whatever we could do to support, we are here.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So again, this is the flyer here. Check it out. December 9th and 10th, they have their events, but that whole weekend, they'll be in D.C. at a time to be grateful at the Hilton Hotel. I think there was a name change, but it's still the Hilton, same address from that whole weekend. So stop through. Was there another announcement you wanted to share?
Yeah, there's just a couple of events coming up. But I don't know if you can see them. But there were some events coming up in Masjid Muhammad. We have a coat drive coming up December the 17th. And that's usually really nice. Everyone donates a gently used or new coat. And we usually have tons of people coming and, you know, grabbing things from, you know, in front of the masjid. We usually are set up, and it's always a nice event. We sometimes have some food there, some soup, and, you know, some kind of hot drink, tea or cocoa or coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but just wanted to put that out there. And then there is so I know some people that won't be at the time to be grateful. So those who are not traveling, there will be another event, a part 2 event to an estate planning workshop at Masjid Muhammad from 2 to 3:30. And so it's really about getting your will in place for, you know, when we are, you know, preparing our families and our business for returning to Allah and what happens in the aftermath. So just wanted to put those flyers out there. But we'll be at a time to be grateful, and we'll be with Coach Khan. So,
and we'll be live streaming. That's going to come out soon. We're going to do a promo show for that. That's coming out soon. We'll be live streaming New Freedom Exchange or New Freedom Network. We'll be on site doing some live streaming, as well as another announcement. I don't have that flyer, but Muslim Journal, as the brother said and the sister said, and everybody's trying to say, it's about to go to the next level, right? And so to go to the next level, you got to be able to communicate on the next level. And so we're also looking for app developers. We got an RFP that we just put out there. So anyone of you all, or you know anybody that does apps or interested in being a part of this project, we're looking for app developers proposals so we could also present at a time to be grateful a potential Muslim Journal app. So look out for that as well. Oh yeah.
And I think it can connect to the request for proposal. And do we have? I know it's on the Muslim Journals page. Do we also have a link on our?
I got to check that link, but I'll put it in the comments.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a request for proposal for app developers. Make sure that if you're interested, if you know other people who are interested, like Mujahideen said, make sure you get a copy of that request for proposal. The bidding window is open until November the 26th. And for whatever proposals the Muslim Journal receives, they'll review them and select one vendor to begin to do the work to establishing and creating an app for the Muslim Journal. And so that's exciting as well. We look forward to it. All you technology people, go on and connect to the RFP so that we can pick up our smartphones and click on our Muslim Journal app and connect to the paper each week.
And inside is not a donation. It's a real price. So put your price. It's not the lowest bidder. So put all your stuff in, however you do what you do, and let's make the best approach or the best result from this approach to invite our community members of our own to develop our own app. So we look forward to seeing you all at Time to Be Grateful and other events in the near future. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Legacy, legacy, brothers and sisters, let's celebrate. Legacy, legacy, Muslim Journal, 60 years today. Legacy, legacy, our history, our perspective, our way. Legacy, legacy, Islam is our path, success away. Legacy, legacy, visit muslimjournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, text sponsor the 999. Legacy, legacy, 999, legacy, legacy, muslimjournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, brothers and sisters, let's celebrate. Legacy, legacy, Muslim Journal, 60 years today. Legacy, legacy, our history, our perspective, our way. Legacy, legacy, Islam is our path, success away. Legacy, legacy, visit muslimjournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, text sponsor the 999. Legacy, legacy, 999, legacy, legacy, muslimjournal.net online.
Shawty, yeah. I got my checkup, I got my checkup. Gambling the Reaper, I ain't cool with me. Ain't handling the Nina, I don't use the heat. Ain't handling the leader, I still fool with Peter. I got my checkup, I got my checkup. Gambling the Reaper, I ain't cool with me. Neither. Ain't handling the Nina, I don't use the heat. Ain't handling the leader, I still fool with Peter. Hop in and hop out the recycling server to the Baccarat. This is the genre that's popular. Show me somebody that's stopping us. Show me somebody that's topping us. Plant my foot in the game, I'm a botanist. Watching the seed grow to the rose I'm me, bro. And the pressure some Smeego and a Wego. But I'm fly like a seagull, and the money is legal. Every scene though, it go back to the people. I don't hit the casino, that's my stilo. Change my life like Carlito. Love the mic like I'm Tito. Keep it Gito, only one ain't no trio. Hit the one like he Neo. I got my checkup, I got my checkup. Gambling the Reaper, I ain't cool with me. Ain't handling the Nina, I don't use the heat. Ain't handling the leader, I still fool with Peter. I got my checkup, I got my checkup. Gambling the Reaper, I ain't cool with me. Neither. Ain't handling the Nina, I don't use the heat. Ain't handling the leader, I still fool with Peter. Shawty, I come on a mission, Islam my true religion. Do this rap thing with precision, I just got tunnel vision. For the Deen, I'll go to prison till Messiah has risen. I make every single dollar like I'm in the Musala. Right after I get the guala, spending the way of Allah. We came from Elijah Muhammad, so the bow tie's intentional. Still respected in the streets because we multi-dimensional. Make our own ways to get money, we don't do it conventional. Ain't no get down or lay down, cause membership is consensual. I keep posse, flash by paparazzi, copy, poppy. You can try, but you can't block me. Satan tried to stop me. We the best of creatures, Allah named us young Khalifas. You step foot in my house, you gotta remove your sneakers. They say they love my delivery, they ain't talking pizzas. They talking about that sooner music banging out your speakers. I got my checkup, I got my checkup. Gambling the Reaper, I ain't cool with me. Ain't handling the Nina, I don't use the heat. Ain't handling the leader, I still fool with Peter. I got my checkup, I got my checkup. Gambling the Reaper, I ain't cool with me. Neither. Ain't handling the Nina, I don't use the heat. Ain't handling the leader, I still fool with Peter. We the best of creatures, Allah named us young Khalifas. Allah named us